Hey everybody, welcome to Cara's Cucina. I'm Cara Di Falco. Today I'm going to be showing you a dish that I learned while in Italy. Today we are making asparagus risotto. Great food isn't just about good ingredients and knowing how to cook, it's about telling the story of the food. This is a really simple dish that was demonstrated to us by the chefs at Florencetown Cooking School in Florence. We thank them once again for sharing this recipe with us. So to make it at home really simple, we have 1 onion chopped up, 1 bunch of asparagus, and what I did was I chopped the thick woody ends of the asparagus off and separated them, and then I just have the thinner, more floral pieces in a separate dish. We've got 1 cup of arborio rice, tablespoon and a half of butter, and we're also going to be using a tablespoon of olive oil, and this came to us from La Romita Farm, bed and breakfast and restaurant, also in Tuscany. You definitely want to check them out. Wonderful family that makes their own olive oil, and then you can stay with them, and the wife cooks. They have a fabulous restaurant there as well, so we're going to be using their olive oil for this dish. To start off the dish, and I thought this was such a great idea because we use everything when we make this dish. So what we're gonna do is blanch the thicker part of the asparagus. I have a small pot of boiling water here, a little pinch of salt, and we're just gonna toss these in for about 5 to 8 minutes until they become fork tender. And then we're gonna puree them, and this is gonna be some of the liquid that we use to make the risotto. We're also actually gonna use the blanching liquid, so don't toss that out either. So again, using everything in this dish, which I really love. Our asparagus are a nice bright green. They're pretty soft at this point, so I'm gonna strain them out of the water. We can actually turn this off. I'm gonna put them into the bowl of our food processor so I can puree them. We have our asparagus puree, and at this point I have our olive oil and about 1.5 tablespoons of butter into our pan. We're just gonna let that butter melt, let this get mixed together. And I've also got, remember, the blanching water that we use to cook the asparagus in. That's just still in the pots on low heat, and we're gonna keep that warm because that and the puree are gonna be the liquids that we use to make the risotto. And it's just gonna really infuse the dish with that asparagus flavor. It's so delicious. So this is just about ready to go here. And we're gonna again add in 1 chopped onion. We're gonna let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, soften up. Our onions are nice and soft. It smells amazing in here already. So I'm gonna add in our rice. So again, we've got about 1 cup of arborio rice. And what we're doing here is we're toasting the grain. We're letting it start to absorb some of the oils and the flavors that we've put in here. So right now it's pretty basic. It's really just the onion. And we just wanna let this go for about a minute till it smells toasty. And our rice grains, they'll start to do it almost right away. We can see they're gonna start to become a little opaque around the very edges, and they'll still have almost like a little dot in the center. And that's just about where we want them to be. Now that our rice is toasted, it smells amazing, I'm gonna start adding in liquid. So I'm just going to start off with some of the water that we use to cook the asparagus in. We'll get that in there. And we can also start to add in some of our asparagus puree as well. And we'll let this cook till it starts to look dry again. Our rice has begun to cook and absorb that liquid, so now it's looking a little dry in our pan again. So now we're gonna add in more liquid, and we're just gonna keep alternating between the water and the puree, adding that in and letting it cook and let the rice cook with it for a total of 20 minutes. But at the 10-minute mark is when we're gonna add in our other asparagus pieces. So we're just gonna keep going in this manner until our rice is al dente the same way pasta would be. So again, it takes about 20 minutes. Our risotto is about halfway cooked, so at this point we're gonna add in the florid ends, or the softer ends of our asparagus. And we're just gonna fold them in and let them cook and finish cooking with the risotto. So again, just kind of layering in that asparagus flavor. It's been about 20 minutes. Our risotto is nice and creamy. It has that beautiful green color. I just love the color of this dish. We're just about ready to get it plated up, but first we're gonna season everything with a little salt, some fresh black pepper, and a bit of Parmesan cheese. Serve your risotto with an extra sprinkle of Parmesan cheese when you're all done. Once again, we want to say a special thank you to Florencetown Cooking School, Chef Alan and the team, along with La Dormita Farm and Bed and Breakfast. Thank you guys so much for sharing your passion, your talent, and your knowledge with me and with our group while we were in Italy. And I hope you guys at home enjoyed this recipe. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me, Facebook and Instagram at Cara Di Falco. And of course, the written recipe will be at caradifalco.com. That is it for this week, and I will see you guys next time. Bon appetit.